Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you? Weather Extra. I don't know why I do that, but it just seems like fun. Thanks for joining me here on Weather Extra. Day after we had some severe weather yesterday, and we'll talk more about that. And we'll talk about how much rain fell. We'll talk about what you can expect for today. Already starting off the day better than I thought it would. This is my forecast. A few showers, cloudy and cool the rest of the day, right? And then you see in this camera over here, sunshine. Okay, it works for me. Bring it on. All good. So I still think the sunshine today will be limited, and I do think that there'll be more in the way of cloud cover, but I'm okay. I'm game for this. I'll play it. All right, let me see if I can see comments. All right. So this streams on multiple things, but I look at Facebook for any comments on the WAFF 48 page, and this is not a severe weather update. This is nothing about any kind of concern for the weather today. This is just what we call Weather Extra. I don't know why I do that. The X thing sounds like to me like it should be like karate chops or something, and I don't know. It just seems like it works. And then this is just a quick update. I do this all the time. It used to be called Coffee Time. Now it's called Weather Extra for those of you who are new. And it's just a really casual way to give a forecast update. I'll talk a little bit more about the weather yesterday, where some areas had tremendous amounts of rain. We had officially over 6 inches of rain at the Shoals in the airport, and that set a record for the day. But some of you telling me that in your backyard on your like rain gauge, whether it's the wheelbarrow, I don't know, you had 10 inches of rain, and that's great and wonderful to let me know that, and I appreciate it. But the totals themselves were unfortunately impressive in the wrong way. A good friend of mine, Bill Beck, sent me some pictures. He lives in that area. He has water, like 4 to 5 inches of water in his bedroom at this point. There was so much flooding. So a lot of times when we have severe weather, so many people focus on one thing. How many tornadoes are we going to get? And yesterday it wasn't the tornadoes. There's probably going to be some confirmed tornadoes. The National Weather Service probably will be doing a survey at some point today in a couple locations, but it was damaging winds, baseball-sized hail. Put that in perspective for a moment. And then the rainfall causing flash flooding and tremendous amounts of flooding across the area where we had flood warnings and flash flood warnings. And it could also, nobody ever concerned about the rainfall. They're just like, it's just rain. But it's the rainfall that caused a lot of the damage yesterday for many areas in northwest Alabama, right? Hi, Denise. Hearty good morning, Jeff. Coffee on the deck with my dachshund. Nothing better than that. Coffee on the deck with the dachshund. Love me some dachshunds, you know that. Vacation Valerie, good morning to you. Always a pleasure to see you. Absolutely fantastic. That Vacation Valerie, the hostess with the mostest, has stopped by for a little weather extra. Leanne, good morning from Russellville, Alabama. Thank you and the weather team for keeping us up on the weather. Leanne, thank you for watching WAFF 48, making us your choice for your weather information, and we do appreciate that. You have had a crazy run in Russellville. Take you back to February 15th, tornado touchdown. Take you 2 days ago on Thursday, big hail. Take you to yesterday, more big hail, and a tornado warning for you, and tremendous amounts of rainfall. Russellville, you have just been hit like all 3 times. Like, it's been crazy. You need a break is what you need in Russellville, right? Hi, Lisa Walker, watching from Hartselle, which is one of my favorite places to go. Love the houses in Hartselle. Always a beautiful place. So let me put this in perspective too. Here's another good example of why every severe weather event brings different elements to the table. So on February 15th, Eric Burke and myself had to cover severe weather. We covered, it was a marginal SPC day, right? We talked about how there'd be a lot of spin-ups and a QLCS line that was going to move through, and they're very difficult to see on the radar. So difficult, in fact, that the lead time to keep you safe is very, very fast. Like, it's go get shelter right away, because it's hard to see them, those spin-up tornadoes in that line. And they're usually EF0, EF1 tornadoes, and everyone's like, oh, they just spin-ups, we're good to go. Well, one of them hit Tuscumbia and caused tremendous damage. And the lead time for those is very tight for us because it's so hard to see those in a QLCS, right? So then fast forward to yesterday, and hi, Ty Campbell, watching from Tanner, Alabama. Thank you for watching. So yesterday was going to be more of these long-tracked supercells. And because they're EF2, EF3, EF4 possibly, I'm not going to say EF5 because it's rare, everyone's like freaking out, right? But when you have those long track tornadoes, you have lead time is incredible. Because, I mean, Brad tracked that tornado in Tuscaloosa for like 2 hours before it made it to Coleman County. So much advanced warning if it's coming to your city or town, right? And here we are on February 15th. We have all these little spin-ups. We have 7 of them, and hard to give you lead time. And then last night, we have this big SPC hatched area. So far, no tornadoes reported in the Tennessee Valley, but probably will after some surveys. But my point is the lead time is so much more. So what ends up happening is everyone ends up focusing on the tornado threat, forgets about the rain, forgets about everything else, and we had more damage from flooding than we did anything else yesterday, right? We had lightning strike an apartment. Nobody ever thinks about lightning. Lightning strikes an apartment, causes a fire, right? That explosion in Tuscumbia had everybody freaked out yesterday morning because it was happening during those morning thunderstorms. You didn't know what that was, right? And it was a vape shop, I think, and it had butane in it, and boom, 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 everything goes crazy. They're going to have to investigate. They think that the building may have been struck by lightning, which caused the initial fire, right? So many elements with severe weather other than tornadoes that can be impactful. And that's what happened yesterday. Hi, Jen, watching from Scottsboro. It's good to see you. She said good morning. If you call me awesome or call our team awesome, I think you're awesome. What do you think of that, Jen? Yeah. And plus, I love Scottsboro, too. So it wins my heart. Anybody who talks to me from Scottsboro, Dutton, Rainsville, Section, Ider, Hollywood, Woodville, Aspel, we're all like tight and friends, I promise you, because I love that area. Glenda, good morning to you in beautiful Somerville, and I like that too. Hey, let's get my ugly smug off of here, and let's show you some graphics, because there's no reason to see me. All right. Where am I at? I lost track. Wow, it's so nice to see some comments. So when I would do coffee time, I kind of did it on my own Facebook page because I was kind of intimidated. I was intimidated about doing it on WAFF 48 and having people be mean to me because my feelings, I'm fragile. I'm like a tulip. So what happens is it's so nice to see some comments. So this is like the 3rd week I've done this, and it's so cool to see some people on here commenting and being really nice, and that's great. Alex, good morning to you. Kevin watching from Fayetteville, Tennessee. Thank you for watching, Kevin Harden. Glenda from Decatur, where you had 2.62 inches of rain yesterday. Maybe not the 6 inches of rain like the Shoals had, but still very impressive. Michael, I talk to you all the time, and you're the best, my friend. Channel 48 did an excellent job. We appreciate that, and thank you very much. Before we leave here today, I have to show you some cookies that we got at the station. Very cool. I can't get too excited, everybody. I start to lose my voice. I'm still getting over bronchitis, so bear with me. Dana, lightning hit a woman in Russellville. Yes, we talked about that. Unfortunately, we had 2 reports of that actually yesterday. One of them, a young lady left the shelter to get back home, feeling she was safe from tornadoes, and then she was struck by lightning. And last I knew, she is in the hospital. Debbie Grant says, thank you all for all you do. Well, we thank you for saying hello. Let me cycle through graphics for just a second, and I'll show you where my forecast so far has been really poor for today, is that we have sunshine in just about every location that I'm going to show you, and I banked on certainly more cloud cover through the morning. But hey, I'm okay. If Mother Nature wants to provide a little more sun than I was thinking in the first place, I say go for it, Mother Nature. You do you. So that was my original forecast. Mostly cloudy, mostly cloudy, mostly cloudy. And I even had a few showers when I was on air this morning because there were a few showers. They have moved out since. But yeah, I still think clouds are going to be tough to move out. They'll clear tonight though. And just a heads up, very chilly for your St. Patrick's Day morning. Temperatures in the 30s, but the next 3 days look just great. I mean, a little cool for St. Patrick's Day, but that Wednesday, Thursday, 30% is at night, everybody. That's not happening during the day. There'll be increasing clouds. So if you're lucky enough to have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off, enjoy outside. Temperatures in the 70s by Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm game for that. We're good. After the rain Wednesday night, spring arrives on Thursday. Happy spring, everybody, but bring a heavy jacket. 54 after the rainfall moves through. That's a sharp cold front that will drop the temperature. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, there's a spot shower chance on Saturday. I did not put it in the forecast. I think it's going to be more dry than wet, and I'm just going to go with that for now. 60s and 70s. Those of you who are big Havoc fans, you probably already have your tickets, but we're winding down the season. And the Havoc have been away for a while. They come back Friday and Saturday. So good to see them. I'm so excited. And I have tickets for Saturday. And those of you who are big baseball fans, Trash Panda Baseball is right around the corner, y'all. April 4th is the first game, I do believe, at home. If I'm wrong, correct me. It's okay. I won't take it personally. But we're like 2 weeks away. Also, good news for everybody who likes an evening sunset at 7 p.m. Starting next Sunday, Huntsville and locations east will start their 7 p.m. sunsets on Sunday. And then in the next couple of nights, that will trickle to the west, where you are about a minute or two later than everybody else. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff. Bring it on. Vacation Valerie says hi to everybody. And also somebody who is the hostess with the most is Darlene, who is on this morning. It's always fantastic for you to be on, and I get to talk to you, which is great. Kel Jennings says, anything for Sardis? Not today. I don't know about any damage or anything. Last I checked, how they're going to be doing some surveys, and there was some strong winds in your area yesterday. I don't know if the National Weather Service is going to be going there or not, but nothing weather-wise today. This is not a severe weather update or anything like that. This is just a typical weather update, just saying hi more than anything else. Gary Taylor says, good morning. Gary Taylor. Josh says hi, which is the Vacation Valley. Vacation Valley will say hi to everybody, which is fantastic. And so will Andrade, importantly, too. Amanda Miller, good morning to you. Russ, good morning. Thank you for all you do. Russ, that's very kind of you to say, and I thank you very much. Good stuff. Melissa, what does the dam look like? Oh, I'll turn it on. Oh, I got it. That's a great question. They're releasing water. Definitely releasing water. I know. I'll show you right now. Melissa, thank you. That's awesome. I'll turn it over to the other side. I had it set up, the camera facing the sunrise, because I was really shocked that there was actually a sunrise that looked really good. And I was kind of mad at myself for my forecast. So I was wallowing in my own self-pity. But yeah, there it is. They got to release some water, right? So I went to there's a page, we call it Kokoraz. I checked to see if I could find some rain totals there. Sometimes it gives me local rainfall totals that aren't at major airports in the area. Like we know we get Shoals, Decatur, and Huntsville. You hear those three places talked about all the time, but we don't really have other places that are official, but we do have people who measure in their backyard and let us know. And some of the reports that I got, I think it was Jackie from Killen, she said that they had 10 inches of rain in her backyard. Now, I don't know if she's measuring that in a wheelbarrow or if she actually has a true rain gauge. I don't really care. I just like the fact that she took the time to let me know, right? So the dam has to be released. It reminds me of the Kraken every time I think of that. I don't know why. Is that from a movie? I don't know. Help me out, everybody. Sandra, thank you all for the good work you do. That's very kind of you, Sandra, and I appreciate that. So kind. Brady says Sheffield had a few trees down, saw firefighters out in the storms running chainsaws. And yeah, let's give a big hearty thank you to people who work on getting our power back, our firefighters, our police officers, any EM emergency personnel during the storm. I mean, they're running outside with chainsaws during the storm to try to get the trees taken care of. I mean, people trying to get power back on where power was out. We had a lot of power outages yesterday, everybody. There was a tremendous amount of power outages. So, especially for areas west of I-65. That seemed to be the area that had the most. Chelsea, hi. Thank you, 48 team. Good morning from Center Star. And I know exactly where Center Star is. It's good to see you, Chelsea. Thank you for saying hi. Gary, thank you, Gary Taylor. That's very kind of you to say. I'm terrified of lightning too, my friend. And that's lightning is one thing that just does not get enough attention with the rainfall. Think about this. So everybody, just so you know, when they issue a severe thunderstorm warning, it's only based on winds over, I think it's 58 miles per hour, hail, 1-inch diameter, or possible tornado. So that means that heavy rainfall and lightning and loud thunder are not part of what a severe thunderstorm brings, right? But for instance, if you have 2 dogs at home like I do that are freaked out by thunder, right? I don't care if the storm's severe or not. I know that when the thunder starts being really loud, my dog freaks out and it changes my life and my routine for that day because I have to try to calm my little rubble down. And so therefore, lightning, which is very terrifying, not just being struck by lightning, but buildings being struck by lightning, not part of a severe thunderstorm warning. and all of a sudden you just think you have a regular thunderstorm. And that's what the lady said in the interview. You just thought it was a run-of-the-mill thunderstorm yesterday, and then all of a sudden lightning hit the roof, caused the apartment complex to go on fire, and next thing you know, it was damaging, right? That can happen. Diane says, very good job. Thank you, Diane. Diane, I want to say Cutton. Very good. I'm terrible with last names. I try to get your first name right. If I mess up your first name, you can yell at me all you want. It's very good. Dominic Day says, thank you all for coverage on a wild day. Can you explain how we're so blessed to not get hit? I think blessed is the right word, my friend. Glad it turned out how it did, but other areas. So let me put this in perspective for you, Dominic, and you are right, and I do feel blessed because I'm looking at my house on Friday saying, okay, this house has been here since 1962. It can go one more day. We're good, right? And I joke, but there was nearly 80 tornadoes that touched down in Illinois, Kentucky, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, okay? 80 tornadoes. And that number is going to probably go up when they start doing more surveys at local national weather services, right? So think about how we are surrounded by so much tornadic activity, and so far in the Tennessee Valley, not one confirmed yet. Yeah, I feel blessed too, I promise you. Not the case to our south. We got choked off probably a little bit by some of the storms to the south. I don't think it was the rain in the morning that did it. I think we just got choked off by some of the stronger storms south, which happens in this area quite a bit. But, you know, that long track storm that went through Tuscaloosa, it tried. It was like a little engine that could, trying to get through Coleman County. I don't think it ever really truly made it to Marshall County, but we'll find out today. We'll find out more. But I think you're right. I mean, I think after what kind of setup we had yesterday, you do count your blessings because, like somebody said to me, you watch, we're going to get choked off and have mainly rain. Good. That's what I want. I don't want tornadoes. I'm a homeowner. The last thing I want is all that hard work I put into my home that it gets demolished in one day. And we interviewed somebody that had that happen. They were in like central Alabama. The guy said, you know, I worked so hard to make this house my own, and in a matter of minutes, it's gone. I mean, it's tough. Latasha, here from Grant, which I also love Grant too. You guys, phenomenal. Thank you for all you do. Latasha, that's fantastic that you say that. We appreciate that so much. You're so kind. Sabrina, you're welcome. Sabrina Crow, thank you very much. Very kind of you. Hand is talking about our dedication. And that's what it truly comes down to, everybody, is I know a lot of people, they want to throw shade, but we just want you all to be safe, and we want you to have a way to get information. And if it's not through us, or if you choose to go someplace else, we understand. We just want you to be safe. And that's what we try to do. So I'm just leaving the 10-day up there. There's no reason for me to be on the camera. So you can see the 10-day forecast. If you have any questions, just holla. Darlene says, you and the whole crew helped me deal with my anxiety yesterday, but I'm going to renegotiate the cruise after yesterday. So just a backstory, Darlene recently just moved here, and to agree to move this area, hubby had to buy a cruise, but because of all the severe weather, Darlene would like to up that ante just a little bit. So pretty cool. Hi, Janet Slayton Parker. Thank you for watching. I appreciate that. Hallie is in the house. Hallie works in the back end. She's awesome. So during severe weather yesterday, Eric and I are on, and she's running the board back there, and I'm like, hey, can you take this graphic? Can you take two? Can you take one? Can you put the camera up for this? She's just like, yeah, I got you. Okay, yeah. Just unbelievable that she doesn't come out here and just punch me and lay me out. She should, is what she should do, but it's all good. Al, what's up? Good morning, Jeff Desnoyers. I just want to thank you and your team. Appreciate that. I'm really happy to hear that. I'm glad you're safe. I'm trying to hold back a cough. I started laughing. I cannot laugh. Denise, rain gauge in South New Market, almost 6 inches. And there you go. I mean, it was a soaker. It was dogs and cats. Meow, meow, woof, woof. I mean, it was coming down. And it just didn't let up. And then we had a little little burst of wind behind the rain. Call it like a wake low, I do believe. And that was pretty intense too. I could hear the winds. I was trying to sleep because I did not sleep the night before. And woke me up. Marilyn, you are very welcome. We appreciate you watching, Marilyn. And I'm going to bring this back to me. because at 8:36, I'm sure Tatiana, give fist pump to Tatiana, who's in back right now, who is crushing it and making it so y'all can hear me and I can talk to you on Weather Extra. All right, still know why I do that. Gotta stop doing it. Valerie says, yeah, the lightning was crazy yesterday. It was. Eric said it best. We went on social media about 1 o'clock in the morning. There was a supercell moving through Mississippi and it had us concerned. So we went on. Then we ended up going live on air for a while. And Eric said it best yesterday. He was like, these were going to be electric storms throughout the day. And I don't think anybody could have been more right about that part of the forecast. I mean, they were truly electric. The lightning with those storms yesterday. I mean, there was that one cell. There was a couple, but one that I remember the most was when Brad was on air talking about the cell in Tuscaloosa, how many lightning strikes it had. But even in the morning, that supercell we were covering in central Mississippi had like 700 lightning strikes with it in this little tiny area. It was crazy. It's crazy. And usually, like when you're looking at a radar and you start to see a whole bunch of lightning strikes over like one particular cell, keep in mind that's a good indication that that cell is gaining strength. And I thought Brad did a great job explaining that yesterday afternoon on some of the cells that were to our south. He was trying to gauge which ones had the chance to actually maybe materialize and come together to be a tornado-forming cell. I thought he did a fantastic. I mean, Brad's the best, but it was awesome to watch. I have learned so much about severe weather in 2.5 years because I listened to Brad Travis. Just for the record, I want you all to know that. Like, he's amazing. Hi, Christine Tinker. Good to see you. Somebody gave you a heart. I hope all is well up in Bryant. For those of you who are not familiar, I know a lot of you by just talking to you on social media. I know where you live, and if I call out your town and you don't like me doing that, just tell me. I don't want to offend you, but I do remember where most of you live. Good morning, Valerie. Tammy's on. Hi, Tammy. Good to see you. Carolyn Andrews, just FYI, anybody who experienced damage due to the storms can contact the Red Cross for support. Carolyn, thank you. And Carolyn, if there's, I hate to ask you this, but if there's a way that you can post the phone number to the Red Cross, I can look it up and I can post it. But if you can, add it in the comments. That would be fantastic. If anybody wants that phone number, had damage, has some adversity that they're dealing with, that's a great advice from Carolyn. Carolyn was recently up in Kentucky helping people with the flooding that took place there. And I assume, Carolyn, you're now back, but that's some good work right there. Hallie, I'm glad to do my part to help. Hallie, you're always the best. You always make it easy. So, Kim, meteorologist, sacrifice being with their loved ones through difficult times to be there for all of us. You know, Kim, that is very sweet of you to say, and I appreciate that. She says meteorologists sacrifice being with their loved ones during difficult times, and that's a really, really nice thing to say. I think a lot of times when, you know, like February 15th, we forecast, and Eric and I were on air for like, I think we were on air for like 6 hours, and then had to work in the morning, calling home to make sure everything's okay. And then you get that one email that somebody blasts you for being stupid, right? And you're just like, you know, I kind of gave up. I picked this job because I like to help people, and I feel like I kind of understand weather enough to do it. But, you know, yeah, I mean, you're here and you don't even know what's happening at your house. There was a gentleman, I think it was in Mississippi a couple of years ago. I remember seeing, I was up in Rhode Island working, and he was on air covering an EF3 tornado, and it went through his neighborhood. And I mean, that's a reality check. Like, he actually had to take a phone call on air because his house was hit by a tornado. And his wife, and I think they have 2 daughters, had to escape to the tornado shelter that they had. I mean, that's real. I mean, that's real. The guy's on air trying to keep everyone safe, and he's taking a phone call from his wife telling them that their house was hit by a tornado. I mean, I couldn't even imagine. Patsy, good morning. Thanks for all you do. Appreciate it. It's always good to see you. Always appreciate your comments on my page too. Thank you. Tina saying thank you. And we're always glad to hear that you trust us, and we appreciate that. That is never taken for granted, and we appreciate that. We know how hard it is nowadays to get people to trust meteorologists, and the fact that you choose 48, we thank you so very much for that. Darlene, Rick came down the stairs and heard me talking. Tell Rick I said hi, Darlene, okay? Hope all is well. Hopefully that heavy rain wasn't too much for y'all yesterday. We'll talk. I'll call you later. But thank you, Tammy. We appreciate that. Very kind of you to say. There it is, Carolyn. It's 1-800-RED Cross. I thought so. I was going to say that, but I wasn't sure. But 1-800-RED Cross. Carolyn gave that phone number, and I appreciate that. She says she returned Friday afternoon. You were in Kentucky for a while, right? Yeah. That's very kind of you, too, that you work with the Red Cross. You went up to Kentucky to help people, as I mentioned, and I had to deal with adverse flooding. And we had that happen here yesterday. There's some people sending me pictures. I talked about Bill Beck. His house is in his bedroom, has 4 to 5 inches of rain today after the rain fell yesterday. You know, that's pretty impactful, and that's, that's call the insurance company up kind of thing going on, right? Vacation Valerie saying hi to everybody, which is always fantastic. Sherry says, thank you all you do. It's very kind of you to say, Sherry. We appreciate that. And I've made it to the bottom of the comments. I see Vacation Valerie commenting on many people's comments, which is fantastic. And I appreciate y'all hanging out with me for Weather Extra. I don't know why I do that. I'm going to always do it because it makes me laugh. So it's all good. So mugs up to everybody who had a little coffee time with me, or today I have a little vanilla latte in the coffee cup today. And I swear it's not spiked or anything. Au naturel personality coming out today. I am going to head home today. I'm going to enjoy my day off. Schedule a little weird for the week ahead. Chelsea's tonight. Eric's tomorrow morning. I will do my best Brad Travis impersonation Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and I'll fail miserably, but I am here at night Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I don't work like a morning shift on traffic or weather for like 2 weeks. I was off last week because I had a little vacation time. Yay for Jeff. And I am off this week from mornings, at least during the week. I'll be back Saturday and Sunday. So kind of a weird, funky schedule for the next couple of weeks, but making sure everybody gets a little bit of vacation time and gets the time off that they well deserved. And yeah, so I will be here Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday night side. It throws off my entire sleep schedule, but I like mixing up the shifts a bit because it keeps me on my toes, which is really kind of fun. Christine Tinker, thank you very much. You're so kind. I see your big heart, and I'm going to raise you another heart right back at you. Boom, there you go. Christine Tinker, watching from beautiful Bryant. I know that area very well. I go there often. Carolyn says, we at the Red Cross are mobilizing responders for the weekend storms. Doing good work right there, Carolyn. Helping people out. It's very sweet of you. And dedicate your time with the Red Cross. I think it's fantastic. Red Cross, usually the first ones there to help, almost every time. A good buddy of mine when I worked in Peoria, Illinois, worked for Red Cross. Now works out in L.A. He's been helping with the wildfires out there too. And it's constant, having to be there for people, which is great emotionally for people who have had to deal with so much adversity, right? All right, everybody have a very blessed day. I'm sure Tatiana in back is like, Jeff, shut up and just stop. Okay, Tatiana, you get your wish. Just like that. Still draining the water in the shoals. Still have the wrong forecast behind me. But enjoy whatever sunshine you get today. Chelsea will be in tonight with the very latest on your forecast for the week ahead. And everybody have a fantastic day.